Hi, I'm Vize, and this is medicine.com. This video is going to be on breath of fire, a pranayama breathing exercise. So come to a comfortable seat. If you need to sit in a chair, that's totally fine, but see if you can get your knees slightly lower than your hips when you're in the chair. So you're not seated all the way with your back pressed up against the back of the chair and you're like leaning back. You kind of want to be leaning forward a little bit. You can put a pillow there if you need to. So come to that comfortable seat, relax your hands in your lap or maybe even on your thighs, somewhere where you're not even going to think about your arms at all. So in this particular breath, it's good to really relax your belly. So at first, we're just going to close the eyes, take about 5 breaths. Just let your belly expand like a balloon when you inhale and soften as you exhale. Just a few breaths like that, just to kind of remember and feel your diaphragm muscle moving in that area. So another thing you want to do in breath of fire is breathe like in the back of your throat. So keep your throat open. It's almost like you're about to yawn or go for the doctor. So you just have a nice wide open back of your throat while you're doing this breath. I'll remind you of that, but it's something only you'll know if you're doing it. And what happens when you open the breath is when you breathe, you kind of go right into this like diaphragm belly area of breathing. And this little guy is going to pump. Now, you're not making it pump. It's just because when you open up your throat like that and you kind of move the air in and out, this is just going to start to pump while you're doing it. So in breath of fire, that's what it looks like. Just to practice, open your mouth, kind of. You don't have to stick your tongue out all the way, but it's kind of helpful if you stick it out a little bit, and that makes you open your throat. You're going to pant like a happy, relaxed dog. When you do that, this moves. I'm not doing that. It's just moving because my throat is open, and that's how the air is moving in and out. So that's what you want. You want the belly to be able to move freely like that, and you have your open throat and the air is moving through like, but close your mouth. Do that same thing, but close your mouth. Notice what your tongue's doing. It might be doing something weird to try to relax it in your lower jaw. This is basically the breath. You're breathing like a happy dog panting with its mouth closed. And you let your belly kind of go with it. So let's try it just like this. Close your eyes, comfortable position for your hands or your arms. Relax your belly. If you need to start, open your mouth and kind of start the panting. Otherwise, keep your mouth closed and start the panting with your mouth closed. Now, I might be doing it a little bit fast for what is possible for you, so you can start off way slower if you need to. Start where you need to stay relaxed while you're doing the breath. And that would look something more like this. A little bit faster. And if you can get it up to like 3 a minute or a second, it would be something like that's it. So that's breath of fire. Now, I find that it really works best a minimum of 2 minutes. Now, that might seem crazy as you're starting to approach even like 30 seconds or 45 seconds or maybe even a minute the first time you do it. You might have to just take a big breath of air because you're like, I'm out of breath. It takes some practice to be able to have a nice flow of breath in and out so that you don't have to take a big breath in or push a bunch of air out to come back to that balance. I still do that. I find myself having to find that balance every time I come into the breath of fire. So know that it might take you some time to like equal that or balance that out for you so you don't have to take big breaths while you're doing your breath of fire practice. I love breath of fire before meditation. It is the greatest way for me to just get out of my shit and sit down and be focused on what I'm doing. So another way you can use it is before meditation. Okay, I hope you enjoy breath of fire, one of my favorites.